now he's in the room with him making decisions on how the approach of the team is going to go.
I don't know if that's true.
Really?
I don't know if that's true.
Well, then why did you hire a guy that's never play called? You think Jalen's a limited quarterback?
I mean, I think limited is a word that many would use.
I left it open like that for a reason.
It's not the word I would use for him. He's a unique quarterback. He is a quarterback that has a different skill set than the traditional style of quarterback. But, to call him limited would insinuate he does less than other quarterbacks. He does less than other quarterbacks in certain areas, but he does more than other quarterbacks in a lot of other areas as well. Where most running quarterbacks aren't able to pick up first downs like he's able to do that. Like he can make plays outside the pocket and with his legs. He's got, I think, the best mental capacity of any quarterback in the National Football League. And I think that matters for something. So I wouldn't say he's limited. No, I would just say he's different than the average modern quarterback, or really the average quarterback since the NFL, where most players, most times at that spot, people are picking guys on arm talent and throwing the ball because that's what a quarterback is. They throw the football, But Jalen doesn't have that exact skill set. And by the way, it's not a knock on him. That's his skill. That's been his skill set for years. It was his skill set in college when he won a national championship. It was his skill set his rookie year. It's his skill set today. It's not a knock on him. It's just he does it a little bit differently. And that's probably why you see a lot of this Eagles offense that looks a lot different than most teams.
Here's why I ask. I mean, I think you're looking at it with the glass half full in a good light. Well, here, let me look at it in a big sales light. I say he's limited because the playbook says he's limited. They run a limited playbook at him. He has a limited playbook, dude. He doesn't have a playbook where you see design routes, you see gigantic routes, concepts, and you don't have sophisticated offenses around him. They've got a limited playbook around a limited player. Their own playbook tells you he's limited. Now, to the point where you're right, that limited playbook, he accentuates all those limited plays that he has, and he goes off script and does things to win ball games. The more limited, the better he is. The more, would you not agree? The more they tried adding in 23, he had massive turnovers. They took it away and they limited it. He was more effective when they needed him to be. Again, this is not a rip. They're building the offense around his limitations, not around his strengths. They're taking the things. Look, he's never going to be a rhythm quarterback. He's never going to be a pocket guy. He's never going to be a high volume guy. But what he is going to do, with given the opportunities that put them in the position to win, make it limited. Isn't this relying more on his natural skill set? Aren't they relying on more in his skill? They're not relying on his quarterback skills.
I think they've gone too far, though, dude. I really do.
Okay, now that's a different conversation.
Yeah, I think they've gone way too far. I don't think
they're not developing him.
Yeah, they it's almost like they've stopped even trying to develop him, stopped trying to advance, stopped trying to push the offense, and instead of building, you would think you have 10 of 11 offensive starters. Like you would think, all right, that's laying building blocks each year. Third or fourth year now with A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith together. But, fourth straight year with Dallas Goedert. All these guys, you would think that continuity would be building blocks where you get a little bit better each year. It almost feels like they're stripping it down on offensively, where they're just doing less and less and less and less, and now it's literally become, okay, just don't turn it over.
I asked you this question last year at week 4, and I hope you remember. I said, do you think that Saquon Barkley has made the organization reevaluate how they're going to approach winning ball games? Do you think that they've fallen too much in love with Barkley and the run game to your point where that they have now sacrificed the development of this player? Because I heard Sean McVay talking about the Eagle offense. He wasn't mentioning Jalen Hurts. He said the most explosive player in the game right now, in his opinion, is the guy in Philadelphia. Everybody was expecting him to say Hurts. He said Barkley. He said that guy is just an explosion player. He is an impact high player. When asked about the quarterback, Sean McVay went like this. Guy knows how to win. He puts his team in a position to win. Sounded like more like a game manager in what he was talking about.
That's more what Hurts is right now.
Okay. But
I don't get this is what I don't get.
My question is, do you think they've fallen too much in love with Saquon?
Well, I do. I mean, we've talked about that. But this is this is another gripe I have with a lot of the great people that are listening right now. And I love each and every one of you guys, but you can't get mad at Sills for calling him a game manager when you guys are saying all you care about is winning. That's what they've reduced him to. All right. If you love Jalen Hurts, that's fine. I'm good with it. You're right. We're winning. But that is what they're asking of him. Just be. They're not even really asking him to be a game manager. They're almost asking less of that now. They're not even throwing the ball deep. They're not even giving chances. Yet. Now it's only week 2, so I think they're going to be a lot of opportunities now moving forward. I mean, it seems like they do want to correct it. It's not like they're like, yeah, this is what we want to do. They think they could be better.
Do they?
Yeah, they said every one of them said it this week.
They want to improve on what?
Jalen Hurts. You said Jalen Hurts took accountability. What do you take accountability for if there's nothing to take accountability for?
The passing game.
So they want to get better.
But last year they didn't need the passing game. We're going. I mean,
nah, dude, it's connected.
I think they're talking out of both sides of their mouths when they say that stuff.
Last year, though, when they did throw the ball,
won 19 of 20 fucking ball games. I mean, better on what?
Dude, we squeaked by the Chiefs.
Okay. Well, welcome to the NFL. It's a 3-point league.
But do you honestly believe that? Like it's what everybody says. Yeah, you're right. Any given Sunday, and I'm not disrespecting the opponents, but this team with this offense, Sills, there are people listening to this show right now that have been Eagles fans for 60 years. There's never been a roster even fucking close to this
that I can remember covering.
Dude, there's never been a roster like this.
No.
And we've all we're lessening our expectations because we're squeaking by the Chiefs and the Cowboys. I mean, I just watched Russell Wilson throw for 450 on the Cowboys. Like, really? We got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and we would do what? A third of that? A fourth of that? And we're all just like, okay, 2-0. Like, no, I think we should have higher expectations for this team, and that's okay to have. I don't think it's a bad thing to say, hey, we're winning. It's a good thing we're winning. But I want to see a more aggressive offense. I want to see a team that pushes. I want to see a team that utilizes the weapons in their offense. I want to see a team that relies on A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert. I don't think that's crazy to say. Now, some people will say, who cares? All they do is win. And all right, that's fine. But you're skating on thin ice, so hopefully they can continue to get there and win every game. But
your margin of error your margin of error is down to paper thin stuff now.
Well, that's what I mean. You relied on CeeDee Lamb drops and a Travis Kelce drop in your first 2 games. Meanwhile, I'm of the impression that we could have been winning that game. We could have been up by 2 touchdowns in that game. Forget having to forget needing little balls to bounce your way. Forget that bullshit. We should have beat the brakes off both of those teams. And again, I know it's the NFL. You're not going to do that every week. But I'm saying that should be the aspiration, that you're trying to click on all cylinders, not that you're trying to reduce into the bare minimum necessary to win football games. Does anybody in their life, in anything they do, desire for the bare minimum?
No.
Let alone professional athletes who are at the pinnacle of their craft?
That's why we asked the question.
Come on, man. Nobody wants to get to the bare minimum. Anybody that wants to get to the bare minimum that you work with, run the other direction because they're a toxic person. You don't want to be around that type of mindset.
That's why we asked the question about it. Have you guys lived up to the expectation of the talent on the team? I don't think you even did a year ago when you were Super Bowl champions. So to that end, you think this team is more of a 2-0 team, or do you think this team is more of an 0-2 team?
Nah, they're not an 0-2 team.
Well, you just said they were 3 jobs away from being 0-2.
Well, yeah, but they still won the football game, and that's where I will come back to.
This is the 10-1 conversation.
Good teams do find a way to win games. I think they have a lot more left in the tank. And you said something to me pre-show. I don't think the Eagles are playing great football right now. They're 2-0. I don't believe our team is anywhere close to max capacity. Now, max capacity is what I would call a subjective term, a ghost almost, where you chase the ghost and you almost don't reach the ghost, but you know in your head what it is, what this goal is that you have, right? We're 2-0. So imagine this team when they start to click. Imagine this team when they do start to get other guys on clicking on. So this is my concern with the offense right now is that I think they're looking for it. But there is a section of the fans who I've conversed with, who I've gone back and forth with, that they almost don't even want them to try that because, hey, they won. And they don't need to turn it, and all they need to do is not turn the ball over. I think there's more out there. I think the team can be better, and I think they will be. I mean, I think the most beautiful part of where we are right now is playing crappy football, and we're 2-0. Imagine when we're playing good football. Imagine when that offense is humming.
Okay.
We're going to be beating the brakes off teams.
These are some of the things we saw when you were 10-1 also. Do you think here to that point, do you think it will click? 23, it didn't click. 24, it clicked. 22, it clicked. 21, it was learning. Here we are in 25. Okay, because of the changes and all this stuff that you've had, you haven't really changed the offensive personnel all that much on offense. What's the problem? What's the problem? Becton can't be that much of a dude. Becton was a good player.
He was good,
but let's not make him sound.
He can't change it this much.
Like this guy is Larry Allen.
The thing that I want to see this week is I want to see at least the desire for them to click. You know, I haven't seen the shots downfield. I haven't seen the attempts. I mean, we got 35 yards for AJ Brown in 2 games. I know a lot of people just like, okay, who cares? Fuck the stats.
He cares.
There ain't a world that exists where A.J. Brown should have 35 yards in 2 football games against 2 shoddy secondaries.
No doubt.
All right, so come on. We got more to achieve. Once we get there, we're going to be in a good spot.
I'll say this to you, man. You know what it reminds me of a little bit here? You're too young for this. Some of the people in here. This looks like Buddy Ryan going to Randall Cunningham and going like this. Go make some plays for me, dude.
Yeah,
I need you to win me some ball games. Our defense will take care of everything. This is like the 80s Eagles right now where you have so much talent on the field and you're just doing this to your quarterback. Hey, dude, you know what? We're going to kind of give you a guy that's never called. This guy's never baked a cake before. But, hey, you know what? Here's your new chef. He can't make you a fucking cake. You want to
know I've never baked a cake.
I want you to go out there and I want you to make some plays. This looks like Randall Cunningham offense. You're relying on the quarterback so much to make a play and to get you out of trouble that the OCs like this. I mean, yeah, sure, he's perfect. I don't know, man. It's just I'm going to go back to your boy Kevin Patillo here for a minute. I want to ask you something here.
Bobo?
Bobo. So let me ask you this here. Do you think this is by the organization that, get this, I still can't get why people can't answer the question. Why did they hire him? Okay. He was next in line. If we're going to go with that philosophy, by the way, we'll read all your supers. Please hit the like button here. Okay. You want to go down that lane? He was next in line. Okay. That just gives Jeffrey Lurie and Howie more control of the direction of the play calling on Sundays. The organization has more control of the what and how the offense is going to go. And this is why Hurts doesn't fight back. You're hearing it a little now, but you're not hearing the fight back because you know why? Who's the one guy in the meetings that Nick Sirianni defends every single press conference? Howie does a great job of putting all the personnel on the field. We talk with Howie on the game plan. He can't talk shit on the game plan. You know why? Howie's in the room with him making decisions on how the approach of the team is going to go.
I don't know if that's true.
Really?
I don't know if that's true.
Well, then why did you hire a guy that's never play called?
I don't know why they hired him.
Why did you hire
because he was
Brian
next
Johnson?
up. He was next up. They thought he earned. You asked me a question. Let me fucking answer it. They thought he earned his stripes, and they gave him the job. I'm with you. I wouldn't have given it to him. I would have looked at the 3-year trend. We had Steichen, we had Brian, we had Kellen. We had success with Shane. We had success with Kellen. we failed with Brian. Now, I don't think Brian failed as much as they made it seem like Brian failed. They were the 8th ranked offense in football that year. Now, I know they had turnovers, but 8th ranked offense with one of the worst defenses in football, and they blow out the offensive coordinator like it was all his fault. That was mind blowing. But anyway, that's what they ended up doing with it. So I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't have done it, but I don't think Howie's sitting there making game plans. Come on.
He said it that we go over the game plan with him. Nick has said that.
Look at Arthur.
He'll be a head coach candidate by November. Book it.
Dude, he's got scrapes on the side. He's driving a Lamborghini and he's scraped up the side for 3 straight laps, dude. He's not a candidate for a head coach. Stop it. Dude.
The only guy that's going to be in what do you call those soapbox derbies? This guy's going to be driving a soapbox derby. He ain't going to.
Also, 23 ain't happening because of the defense.
Because of Vic.
Wait, you know it too. You and John are both going to be wrong on the defense.
I'm not. No. Whoa, wait a minute. No. Listen, I think they're going to still be 15th because the offense is going to put them in bad positions.
They're not going to be 15th.
Okay.